Hi everyone. I hope you're enjoying better weather than I am. We have fog and frost at the moment. It is winter, I know, but I want it better. Yesterday I shared some vows and promises from wedding ceremonies, and I said today I would look at the guide parents' promises made to a child at namings. When I was looking through the scripts from previous ceremonies and various reference books I've got, it occurred to me that a lot of people involved in namings make promises, so it's a mix today. I'll share with you a mother's promise, a grandparent's promise, as well as guide parents or mentors. Um, I often use the phrase, it takes a village to raise a child at some point during my namings. And it's one of those sayings, it's so trite and it comes out so often. But I think it's easy to slide to the fact that there's a reason for that. It's absolutely true. Bringing up a child is very difficult, and the more help we get, whether that's from grandparents, in-laws, friends, family, the better. And I like to use the naming really to involve everyone in that process and stress the importance of them being involved going forward. So, a bit of a potpourri today, but I hope you'll enjoy at least some of it. So, these next excerpts were from the same ceremony, the naming of Teddy, and include the grandparents' commitments and the parents' commitments. So, we start with the grandparents. I would like to ask all 4 grandparents to state their commitment to Teddy. Claire, Alan, Jill and Mel, please respond to my following questions together with "we will." Will you encourage Teddy to be curious and courageous so he might discover the world around him with enthusiasm? Will you encourage him to think for himself and stand up for what is right? Will you encourage him to be open-minded and compassionate so that he might learn to help others? And that's a very useful use of promises if you have grandparents or guide parents or any participants who want to take an active part but aren't very comfortable speaking in public. So the requirement is just to listen and agree that they will indeed follow those promises. At the same ceremony, Teddy's parents read out their own promises, which were written by them rather than me. Teddy, as your parents, we promise to love you always, to help you to develop your own opinions and beliefs, inspire you to explore the world, allow you the freedom to develop your own personality, and endeavour to give you a strong sense of identity and self-esteem. We will do everything in our power to protect you from harm and ensure your happiness. We hope to teach you the value of kindness, tolerance and honesty, and will work hard in the hope that you will come to love us not only as parents, but as friends. And now we have an excerpt from another celebrants ceremony that featured in one of the Humanist UK reference books. And it's the naming of Patrick. And Patrick's mother, Helen, makes her promises to her son in front of the gathered family and friends. And then we follow that with the guide parents for Patrick. Patrick, as your mother, I will strive to provide you with a loving and caring home, allow you the freedom to develop your own personality, and endeavour to give you a strong sense of identity and self-esteem. I hope to teach you the value of kindness, tolerance and honesty, and hope you will come to love me not only as a mother, but as a friend. May you learn to love truth even when it goes against you. May you find courage and discover that you are stronger than the things you're afraid of. May you condemn injustice and stand up for all that is good. May you have the courage to remain loyal to a deep conviction and the courage to admit when you are wrong. It's interesting the commonality between Helen's promises to her son and the promises Teddy's mother made. Though they both wrote them themselves, there are very, very similar wishes for their child. Helen has chosen her friends Dion, Mel and Tariq to be Patrick's mentors. They will provide Patrick with support, advice and friendship as he grows up. Diane, Mel and Tariq, do you formally accept a commitment to this child to offer friendship and sanctuary so that he can turn to you in times of doubt or difficulty with confidence and trust? Will you now all join with me in saying the words adapted from Dorothy Law Nolt, which begins, if a child lives with tolerance. If a child lives with tolerance, he learns to be patient. If a child lives with encouragement, he learns confidence. If a child lives with praise, he learns to appreciate. If a child lives with fairness, he learns judgment. If a child lives with acceptance and friendship, he learns to give love to the world. Again, these are some promises made by guide parents at the naming ceremony of Jack, which I did earlier this year. And though the guide parents wanted to make promises and to be active in the ceremony, they really didn't want to do a great deal of public speaking. So we agreed with the parents that I would read out a series of statements and the guide parents would respond by saying we will, signifying their agreement. Will you promise to praise and encourage Jack so that he grows up to be a polite and considerate member of society whilst leading a rich and fulfilling life himself? Do you promise to be there for Jack, to share in his joys and triumphs as well as disappointments, so that he may grow into a confident and secure individual? And finally, do you promise to take the time to strengthen the bond you have with Jack and to help him feel safe, secure and happy? Thank you. Jack is very lucky to have you by his side. And it's interesting the names that parents choose. We have everything from guide parents, mentors, friends, guardians. It really doesn't matter. What matters is that the parents choose people that they have confidence in to help raise that child. And quite a common thing is for those guide parents or mentors to give quite specific individual promises. So I did a ceremony recently where they had chosen several friends to be guide parents and had a specific reason for each of them. So one, they wanted to introduce their child to music, the other to nature. One was an independent woman who travelled a lot and they wanted her to be a role model. So those people made very, very specific promises to that child, which was lovely. So that's all for today. Tomorrow I'm working on my video for my virtual wedding fair at the weekend. So I won't share it on social media because I think it'll have limited interest. But if you want to see it, it will be on my YouTube channel. And do subscribe to that if you're interested in seeing more. Okay, have a good evening. Bye now.